My family mocked me at a reunion for being unemployed, but I secretly owned the company that paid their salaries. Hi guys, I don't even know how to start this. My hands are shaking right now, and I feel like I'm finally breathing. For the first time in years. If you're watching this, just know that family isn't always what it seems. Sometimes, the people closest to you can become your worst enemies, and the pain of betrayal cuts deeper than any knife. Ever since I was a kid, my family loved to mock me. I was the black sheep, the dreamer, the one who never had a real job. They all worked corporate jobs at this big, family-owned logistics company. Every dinner, every reunion, every wedding, they'd take turns roasting me. My parents used to introduce me to their friends as our artsy son, with this fake laugh, like I was some joke they kept around for entertainment. My siblings would slip me job applications as gifts, and my uncles would slip me cash under the table as charity. Even count the number of times I left family gatherings in tears, locking myself in my car so no one could see me cry. I'd scream into the steering wheel, feeling worthless, small, like nothing I ever did would be enough for them. But what they didn't know, dropshipping, freelance design, small investments, most failed miserably, but I kept learning. I spent sleepless nights reading business books, taking courses, testing ideas. Everyone laughed at me, but I ignored them. Eventually, I found one idea that worked. It started as a small e-commerce store selling custom office supplies. It slowly grew, and by some miracle and a lot of hustle, it exploded. I reinvested every cent, expanded into logistics and warehousing. Over the years, it turned into a massive supply chain company, depended on my business as their biggest client. They didn't even know who owned the company because I operated under a parent holding company and kept my name completely out of the spotlight. I watched them brag about their stable jobs and their amazing salaries that I paid. Last month, they planned a huge family reunion, even invited at first. My mom forgot to include me in the group chat, but I showed up anyway. The moment I walked in, the whole room fell silent. Then, the snide remarks started flying. "Oh, look who crawled out of his cave. Did you finally decide to be a man and get a real job? We thought you'd show up in rags, not that cheap blazer." I just smiled and sat down quietly, sipping my drink as they roasted me. The old sting in my chest, the urge to run away and hide. But not this time. When dinner was almost over, my mom handed me a pamphlet for a local job fair. I swear, the whole table burst out laughing like it was a stand-up comedy show. I looked around at their smug faces, and something in me snapped. I stood up and tapped my glass. Everyone went silent. I took a deep breath, and my voice shook at first, but then it got stronger. "I just wanted to thank you all for your incredible support all these years. You always told me to get a real job, and well, I finally listened." They started snickering. My uncle whispered, "Finally grew up, huh?" I continued, "I own a company. Actually, I own the company that supplies 70% of the materials your logistics business handles. Without my company, your company wouldn't exist, and every paycheck you've ever bragged about came from my money." The room went dead silent. My mom looked like she was going to faint. I pulled out a small remote and clicked it. On the projector behind me, I played a video of my warehouses, distribution centers, fleet of trucks, all branded with my company's logo. My dad started shaking and tried to stand up, but he had to sit back down. I looked around at every stunned face and said, "For years, you treated me like trash. You called me a failure. You owe me your entire lifestyle." I dropped the mic, literally, and walked out of the room as everyone sat frozen. Outside, I took the deepest breath of my life. I felt free, alive, like I had finally shed the last chain they ever put on me. I haven't spoken to most of them since. My dad tried calling me. My mom emailed. My brother showed up at my gate, begging for forgiveness. I ignored them all. I started traveling, investing in startups, and living on my own terms. People always say family comes first, but sometimes family is just a group of strangers wearing the same last name. If you're watching this, take it from me. Don't let anyone define your worth. Your dreams are valid, even if no one believes in them. Build in silence. Win in silence. And when the time is right, reveal it in the loudest way possible. And that's it. That's my story. It still feels like a dream, a nightmare that turned into my greatest victory. I went from being the family embarrassment to the silent millionaire in the shadows. They laughed at me. They mocked me. They looked down on me like I was worthless. But now, they'll spend the rest of their lives wondering how they missed the truth right in front of them. Sometimes I still feel that old pain, that anger boiling in my chest, that sadness from being betrayed by the people I loved the most. But now, every time I see my reflection, I see a fighter, a survivor, a silent king. If you felt my pain, if you cheered for my revenge, or if you just want more stories that shake your soul and make you question everything, please do me one favor. Smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a new story. Drop a comment below. Would you have exposed them like I did? I'm dying to know what you would have done. Thank you for standing with me until the end. Stay strong, stay mysterious, and always remember, the best revenge is living so well that they can't even look you in the eyes. I'll see you in the next one.